last episode, we secured victory over another region for, what's his name? Roland. So now we are presented with a difficult decision. Well, it is not much of a decision. It's essentially, do we want to have an additional scenario or not? There is no you either do this or that. It's essentially prolonging the campaign. This is the opposite case. So this is essentially an additional level we can do or not. We'll have to defend the dwarves. And that's actually a very difficult scenario, if memory serves. So I'm not sure if I want to do that. And this is... oh my goodness. That doesn't sound very enticing either. Okay, we'll have to fight 4 allied enemies. That is not good. We can also go with wizard, sorceress, or knight. Now, obviously, since I kinda played as a wizard or a sorceress in the last 2 scenarios, I would have to go with knight this time. However, I really don't want to, because I never got to like knights that much. They have a pretty good troop. They have the troops we saw so far, and the... what do they have? A cavalry and I think champions, and paladins and crusaders. Not necessarily in that order. The crusaders are what you saw in the last Heroes, so in Heroes of My Magic 1. They get 2 attacks, pretty heavy hitters, but not very durable and not very fast. So they're actually... I think they're the weakest of the tier 6 troops, because they only have like 65 health points, I think. And yeah, they can't cross the entire battle in one go, which is also putting them at a great disadvantage. Especially if you have a choice between those and the Titans. Now, because this level is so bloody hard, I'm tempted to go with Wizard again. At least I remember this level to be quite hard. It might actually be very easy to some of you. So let's finally do the greeting, and let's play Heroes of My Magic 2. Haha. You thought I had forgotten about it. Okay, we'll do one more video here. I just recorded like 3 or 4. Because, well, why not? We'll do the additional scenario and save the dwarves, but we'll do so as a wizard. Maybe I'll go with knight in this one, but I'm really not sure about that, because I think they will have dragons in this one, so no. Okay, we'll go with the dwarves first, and we'll go in as a wizard. Sorcerers would have the obvious advantage of having heroes and stuff to defend those villages. We'll go with a wizard instead. If this goes wrong, I will just skip all those videos and, and just jump onto scenario 4. But yeah, we'll go as wizard. And actually, this is kind of a spoiler, because now you know that this... if you see this video, then I will have won this scenario, although you will probably know this anyway, because... well, screw it. Your forces are thinly spread in an effort to defend all the dwarf towns, which may not be transformed into castles, because reasons. Consolidate your forces and smite the enemy before the towns fall. Okay, so we have 1 hero here, 1 hero there, and 1 hero there. This is obviously our main castle, Dwarf Hall, and those are all sorceress towns by default. You can't change that. Okay, so we'll try to consolidate our forces, which would ideally it would happen over yonder. Ooh, free experience. We'll go with the states here. Because it's early in the game and we need the money. We badly need the money. Okay, the thing is, those troops are rubbish. They can't do jack about losing towns. Also, can we recruit troops here? We can buy battle dwarves, so actually we should have gone in as sorcerers here. But yeah, we must not lose all of those towns at once. Can I upgrade? I can't upgrade this, and we can't upgrade those either. Okay, what can we do here? We can get regular dwarves. And we need to hold at least one of those towns. Okay. What's that? A sign. Dwarf Hall, the reign of the Dwarf King. Well, okay, that is that. Ooh, there's a hill fort. So we don't need to actually upgrade the dwarves. We can have that happen in this hill fortress. Oh wow, we have 20 dwarves here. Those guys are so bloody useless. Okay. What is not useless is the statue. I could also go with the cliff nest. I'll actually go with the cliff nest first and then go with the statue. Okay, buy those rocks and those boars. Come on, hire them. Okay, we can't do anything build-wise in those towns. And I think the first ones are going to be... Wow, there was a red hero here. We'll buy all the dwarves we can. So yeah, our troops are spread out, they're kind of weak, and even consolidating them in one place would not do us that much good. We actually want those guys to come down here as soon as possible. However, we want to... You found an abandoned lean-to, poking about to discover some resources hidden nearby. Okay, we'll get that. And I'll try to make my way over here. Just so we get some more troops. Also, we need to get this town up and running as soon as humanly possible. Or as wizardly possible. I guess we're human, so... Also, let me just check if there's... Okay, now what would be perfect would be if those towns actually had... if they actually had... marketplaces. Because then we'd have a very easy time. But we could see a lot there. That's great. We'll grab resources here. Actually, towns are a very rare thing to see. Trolls, I can't defeat those yet. Towns are a very rare thing to see. In many other games, or many scenarios, you won't actually have those. This time we're given them as a defense object, which is very annoying and something I'm not in favor of at all. However, in most other scenarios where you get to towns, you actually have to, or you can at least upgrade them. And while you don't have to, you're generally well advised to do so as quick as you can. Okay. Ooh, this halfling thing. We want that. All this gold here. That's an orc watchtower. We don't really need to go there. We want money. As usual, I always want the money. Okay, so next up is the library, because we want the ivory. Oh, we need a foundry for that. Well, a foundry then. A foundry it is. Okay, we'll try to keep a nice building pace up here. I'm glad he didn't decide to attack those places yet. And I'm saying yet, because I'm quite sure it will happen soon. Okay, there's a knowledge tree. And I think there will be enemy heroes here too. So I hope there's no enemy town here, and we can just go about business as usual. Okay, we got some halflings here. That's a lot of dwarven cottages here. So yeah, I guess the sorcerers would have been the smart idea for this place, because it is literally full of towns. Leadership. I have the feeling that this is a place that is relatively free of naval places. I mean, obviously there's something here which you can get, and you can use this whirlpool to get somewhere else, but I don't think this warrants getting navigation as a skill and using one of your skill slots for that. Okay, so this is a thing. Now we definitely won't get that within the remaining days of the week, but at least we have all the buildings we can afford for now. Which means we can now... we now have a reasonable chance of being able to expand. Also, I'm half tempted to get a sorceress here. Let's do it. Let's get a sorceress. Let's get those dwarves into the sorceress troops. And let's make sure we actually... Have we been here already? I don't think we have. So we'll try to get the sorceress to the sorceressy towns. Which I presume will be attacked any minute. Anyway. Okay. There's some leveling up for us to do. We'll go with basic archery. This hero has some very, very useful skills. Myra. By the way, I've never looked into if heroes gain different skills based on the name. So if a certain hero has a better chance to get this spell or that spell. By the way, steel skin is essentially an improved iron skin. I suppose you would have guessed that. Okay. So, grab that. 500 gold. Water wheels always give you gold. I think it's always 500, but I'm not too sure about that. So, don't quote me on that, really. Don't do it. Okay, we need this. I'm trying to go with the as many of the increased growth buildings as possible, so that we can recruit as much as possible. Because, well, troops are what keeps your... Well, troops are what gets you winning. Troops do win you the game. Okay, so we managed to cross that. We discovered more resources. What I really want to discover is a way back to my central town. And refuse that call for now. Okay, I'll have to... shit, I forgot my, my countdown. Okay, I'm gonna do 5 more minutes. I don't know why my countdown was not set up. I thought I had set it up. Okay, let's do 5 more minutes. This totally got me out of touch now. Really, you have to... Could you not just postpone your usual rest? I don't know. Well. Okay, we'll go with the upgraded foundry. We need an upgrade for that. We can't afford the upgrade because of crystals. In that case, we'll go with a... Yeah, we'll go with that. Do we have a crystal mine? Something tells me no. We do not. We don't have any mines, really. Well, we have 2 sawmills. So we're getting a crap load of wood for that. Which kind of reflects in our resource stockpiles. Okay, so... that... We've been here already, we can't do anything here. This guy badly needs both pathfinding and logistics. He has absolutely no movement points whatsoever. And the bright side of, or the benefit of having so many heroes right now is that we at least... It's a wolf cave, I think. That we are... Oh wow, we have so many dwarven towns. also should have a very healthy income. Well, 2,600 a day, that's not too much. Obviously having a castle would be better. And I'm not sure why they refuse to actually have me upgrade their places to castles. I mean, if I were a dwarven town, I'd say, and someone would come along and say, yeah, I'll build you a wall, and I build you towers, and I get you defensive stuff and all that going. I'd be happy about that. But of course, I guess dwarves would not be happy about having to share the place with elves, because if you build an archery range, you would end up with elves in your town. I guess, yeah, that's nothing a real dwarf would want to have. We'll build a marketplace in Dwarf Hall. What have they been doing all those years anyway, if they don't even have a marketplace in town? Like, I really wonder if they actually wanted to defend the place, or if they wanted to hold the place at least. Because right now, it doesn't seem that way. It really doesn't seem that way to me. Okay, I think the enemies are more on this bit of the map. Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to fight anyone here, because that seems like a bad idea. We have very low chances of success there. What can we hire? Oh, it looks like we have a new week. So, it's time to... Can we get... No, I can't get this. I can't afford that. And there's Sandro, the Necromancer. I think he will have a very vital role in the subsequent games. Well, actually, it's actually going to be a name that we will have every now and then. It's recognizable. I think it's a big name in the Might and Magic universe. Okay, we'll hire everything. Those guys, because why the hell not? And I think there's only one thing left to hire, and that is boars. One of my least favorite troops in the game, because they always feel so bloody useless. Okay, now we want to use this troop to actually advance towards the enemy. And we have an enemy over here somewhere, so we'll probably want to go up here. First and foremost, we want to go up there. You can actually regain your towns if you want. So I think if we recapture them, it's okay. We just must not lose all towns at once. And having said that, that's actually harder than it sounds. It is way harder than it sounds. Okay. And no, this town doesn't count as a dwarf town. Of course, we must not lose this place either. Although I suppose that's the general rule with cities. We really don't want to lose that place. And yeah, we'll not build a shipyard here. Silence phone. We'll build a... What are we going to build here? We'll build this because it's cheap. Also, what are you? You're a wizard. Marini. She looks kind of fragile. I'm not sure if I would send her into an actual battle, but yeah. And again, those guys can sling all sorts of nasty spells around, so that's probably okay. Anyway, it's time to end the video here. So I'm going to save the game right after I cut the recording, and I'll see you next time. Bye!